Okay, today I'm back to give you guys another video. Today I will be reviewing the Monster Octagon headphones. Now these retail for about $2.99, but are they worth the price? Let's take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the accessories. Now we get a few accessories. You get two cables, but at the moment I'm gonna show you just one. You do get a studio cord, which is maybe about, it can stretch up to about 8 feet long. But this one right here is the one that you'll probably use more. It's the one that you would use with your smartphone or tablet, and it has a mic right there, and it does have a button to answer calls or to pause and play, which is very nice. And attention to detail on the cables. Monster makes some of the nicest cables. Now this one is very nice and soft, and they're both gold plated. And again, attention to details. It says Monster right there, as you can see there. So that's pretty cool. So I do like the cable. It is a very nice cable. And then we also get a carrying bag. Now I got a few complaints. The bag is nice. It's nice and soft, but for $300, I think we were expecting a carrying case, because these headphones are expensive. So I think for $2.99 we would expect a carrying case, but you know, at least they threw something in so we can carry the headphones. So for the accessories, I think Monster did a good job. They usually do. They also added a 1/4 inch, which I actually put somewhere else, but I do have it, and it's a 1/4 inch, so you can you know, for studio use. So that's pretty cool. For the accessories, I'm gonna give them thumbs up. Now let's move on to the hardware. Okay, moving on to the hardware. Now let me show you. Now these headphones come in two colors. They come in matte red and in black as well. It says Octagon. Now these headphones are a collaboration that Monster did with the UFC, and all it says is Octagon. It has the Octagon there, and then it says Pure Monster Sound, has the Monster logos, and this part is aluminum, and it looks very good. On top it also says Monster. Now this part right here, it is plastic, but it does have aluminum from the other side, which is very good from Monster. On top there is some padding, and it kind of feels like that padding that the Beats headphones line have. It's kind of like a silicone material, which is decent. It's not the best in my opinion, but it's okay. On top again, it says Monster, has a nice logo, and it looks really good. The ear cups do feel like memory foam, and they're very comfortable. I do like them a lot. Now these headphones are DJ style, and why I say DJ style, because they do move like that in case you're using them and you just need one on your ear. So that's very nice if you're a DJ. And then down here you do have your port for your headphone cable. So all in all, these headphones are very nice. I love the color. That's one of the biggest reasons I picked them up, because of the color. I just thought they looked so good. And then the red stitching as well, it's very nice. It reminds me of the Integra Type R interior. Just looks good. So for the hardware, I do like it a lot as well, so I'm gonna give Monster thumbs up. Now let's move on to the stretch test. Okay, moving on to the stretch test. Now this test I do for people that want to buy these headphones, and if you have a big head and you want to see if these headphones are for you, we are gonna do this test. So I already opened them up, so let's go ahead and do the stretch test. 1, 2, and 3. And as you can hear, there's no crazy sounds. Everything was very good. So Monster, you pass the stretch test. Okay, moving on to the sound quality. Now, some of the albums I used to test these headphones out, I did play some Romeo Santos, the new Joyner Lucas album, the new Jesse Reyes album, and some Eminem. Now, let's first talk about the bass. Now, if you're a bass head, you're really gonna enjoy these headphones because they sound really good in the bass department. I do like that they don't distort and they don't sound muddy at all. I do like the separation between the mids and the bass. The bass sounds very clear. It's punchy at times, and I was actually very impressed. I did like the bass on these headphones. The low end sounds very nice. So for the bass, I'm gonna give them thumbs up. Now let's move on to the mids and the highs. Okay, now let's move on to the mids and the highs. Now let's first talk about the mids. The mids, in my opinion, are pretty good for the most part. They sound very clear. Are they the clearest that I ever heard? They're not, but they do sound good enough in my opinion. I say that they're not excellent, but they're good. Definitely above average, and I think if you pick them up, you won't really, unless you pay retail, you will be happy with the mids. The mids sound still good, but again, if you want to nitpick, you might find that they're not as clear as headphones in this price range at the retail price, because I think these headphones were overpriced when they came out, in my opinion. But the whole sound quality, they sound very balanced and very good, and I enjoyed them very much. The vocals, male and female, came in pretty clear as well. Again, they're not the clearest that I ever heard, but they still sound pretty good. Now the highs, if I had to nitpick, that's where these headphones fall off a little bit. They're not bad. They're definitely above average, but you can hear, where they would struggle in some tracks. Other tracks, they sound fine, but you're not gonna say these are the best highs that you've ever heard, because they're just okay. Still, I think these headphones have a nice all-around sound. I would say that these are an all-around headphone. You can play different genres and everything is gonna sound pretty good. They're not perfect, but the sound quality is still good in my opinion. Now let's move on to some recommendations. Okay, moving on to some recommendations. Now this is a part where I recommend some albums that I was hearing while testing these headphones that I thought they were really good, and I want to recommend them to you guys. Now the first one is the new Joyner Lucas ADHD album. Now this one has 18 tracks and is really good. You guys should check it out. And let's move on to the second one. Okay, so the second one is the new Jesse Reyes album, and this album has 14 tracks, and she's just a very good singer. It's probably one of my favorite female artists at the moment. She has a very good album. You guys should check this album out. Very enjoyable. So those are my recommendations. Now let's move on to my final thoughts. Okay, so these are my final thoughts. Now in the beginning of the review, I asked you guys, are these worth the money? And at the retail price of $299, I don't think they're worth $300. But at around $150 or less, I think they're pretty good. The build quality is real nice. They look really, really good. If you can find them for less than $100, because I believe I picked these up on eBay a while back for less than $100. And if I can find them, I'm sure you guys can too. And I think that's a good deal. They sound good. And I think you're gonna enjoy the sound. It's an all-around sound. Everything I threw at it sounded pretty good. And you don't really need an amp to power these headphones out. I was able to hear the music loud enough with my phone, and everything sounded good. Now, if you do have an amp, then that's a different story. You do get better sound if you have an amp. I was actually very happy with these headphones, and I'm probably gonna start using them more. I had them stored and I found them, so I never reviewed these. So, you know, I thought it was a good thing to review them on my new channel. But these headphones, very enjoyable. I was hearing also some YouTube, and everything sounded really good. The volume gets high enough for me, and I like to hear stuff pretty loud. So everything was good in my opinion. If you can find them for $150 or less, I think it's still a good buy. They're not perfect, but they're really good. So that was my review of the Monster Octagon headphones. Check out all my videos, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.